Hey. Come. Follow me. I know you don't know who I am. I'm Chica the Midwife. This is my YouTube channel. And I've had it for a long time. What do I know about social media? I really don't know much. Why am I on social media? Well, this is the thing. I want you to understand why I'm even doing this channel. So let me just sit down, take a seat, introduce you to who I am and what I am all about. Bear with. Okay. So, and you're not going to get perfection from me. As I said, I'm Chica the Midwife, and excuse me, I have done this page because I am really passionate about mental health and also being a midwife, looking after the women that I look after, and just really empowering people. And I knew this when I became a midwife, that I wanted to provide good, safe care. I also wanted to practice safe care. And let me get comfortable. Excuse me. And I want this to be raw, right? Because I probably should have sorted out the throw on my sofa, turned on the light. Should I turn on the light? Let me turn on the light. It's a little bit dark. Right. I'm coming. Up until February, I was not on social media. Because the light's important, isn't it? I was not on social media. So why am I on social media? I wasn't opposed. I'm not against it. I just don't think I'm good at it, as you can tell. And I'm the sort of person, I want to go out for dinner and have a catch up with my friends. I want to get on the phone and have a catch up with my friends and my WhatsApp group and text messages and things like that. However, after the madness that was COVID, I noticed something. The women that I was looking after, and I'm sure a lot of midwives, support workers, nurses and doctors felt the same, were really struggling. In particular, were breastfeeding. Now, I am all about breastfeeding and supporting people with breastfeeding, but the thing that I was starting to see, particularly after COVID, was how feeding their baby and not being perfect at breastfeeding was seriously triggering these mums' mental health. And they probably were already either in postnatal depression or suffering from anxiety and depression, or just sheer exhaustion of having a baby, plus the isolation of COVID. And yeah, it was difficult. It was tough from a midwife point of view, from a maternity team point of view, but definitely for women. And I think to some degree, maybe it's not a blame thing. Maybe we could have done better in terms of the support that we gave you. I have to be honest, the hospital that I was working in at the time, I work in a different trust now, I think we did a really good job. I mean, we advocated to make sure birthing partners could be there and could stay. We had members who passed away, or family members and people in the hospital who passed away. We were working more hours than we normally did. I know I was. And I'm really, really proud of the team that I was with and the midwives that I was working with and the doctors. I feel like I grew and I learned so much as not just a woman, but as a midwife. And I've done different parts of midwifery, but I was in community for a little bit, and it was really difficult, not doing the home visits the way we used to. I don't know, the whole thing was just difficult. And let's not go back there. We all know it was difficult, right? But breastfeeding, or that feeling of, have I fed my baby? Am I doing things right? Was really triggering for women. There's only so much you can do on the phone, right? And I remember having video phone calls and women sending me videos and trying our best to help. And in the hospital we did. And don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm the world's greatest midwife, 100% not. I'm learning every day. Sometimes there's actually things I haven't experienced or I've only just experienced now in the period of time I've been a midwife. But I do think, I think it's okay to say this, I do think I generally always get on with people, and I don't know, people always feel comfortable with me, and I know I'm a good caring person. I do. And I get that feedback. If you cry, I'm definitely going to cry. I might start crying before you. If you're in pain, you know, I've got to try and make myself look like, you know, it's also not in pain for you. I'm that kind of a person, and I think I'm that kind of a person in work and outside of work. And it just bothered me how much women were struggling with the breastfeeding, so I wrote a book. Now, there's lots of books out there to do with midwifery, maternity, pregnancy, and what's different about my one? Okay, what's different is it's more like all the tips and tricks I used to give to women that all of us midwives learn about breastfeeding and infant feeding. So not just breastfeeding, expressing formula as well, you know. I did that, and it's not a massive book. It was more like I wanted you to be able to, how can I put this, like having a midwife in your pocket. I just want to check that information. I just want to check that fact. Or what was that thing that midwife said, that you don't need to go to chat GPT, that's what it's called, right? Chat GPT. Anyway, that you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to go to Google. I wanted you to be able to go to the source of updated, accurate information. And there's a lot of principles about breastfeeding and infant feeding that hasn't changed. And it was really just instilling that. And in book form, okay, well, that's a bit difficult. Yeah, maybe, but there's lots of pictures and things like that, and diagrams, and just the basics. And do you know, it's the basics that you really need. It's the basics that you need to practice. And also just constantly hearing through the pages that you're doing a good job, and not to feel bad, and you can't be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. So yeah, I made the draft, sent it out to loads of places, and I heard back from a global renowned publishers, and I was like, oh my goodness. However, did I sign on the dotted line? No, I did not. And that's because we now live in a world of social media. And if you don't have 20 million viewers, 20 million subscribers, 100 million likes, or whatever all the terminologies are, it's not enough. No one wants to do the old school hard work, you know, give the person a book deal, let's go and do interviews and TV and radio, and that's how it used to be. That's what I remember, because I always loved reading books when I was younger, and I always believed I'd write a book, but not a book about breastfeeding. More fictional stuff, which I am still working on. But yeah, so that was really disheartening, but they believed in the book, but not enough. But the feedback I got was really good, so it hasn't dampened my spirit at all. And one of the things they wanted was for me to have a social media presence, which I and ahed about, because I don't think there's anything wrong with social media. It's just not a natural instant thing for me, right? When I go out with my friends or go on holiday, I do take pictures, but you know, like some people just need to take pictures constantly and all the time. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It just doesn't naturally come to me. So I just figured, how is this going to work? How is this going to work, me being on social media? I'm already a hot mess, as you can see. But I thought, fine. So as of February, I got onto Instagram and I got onto TikTok and started with 0 followers. And it's quite funny actually, if you go and look at my page, if you look at my videos from February to right now, the 29th of June 2026. They are quite different because I'm learning every day. I'm listening to feedback from friends and family who watch, people I don't know, because I have followers now, and I'm watching and listening to what they're telling me. I don't particularly watch what other people do. In fact, I say I don't particularly, I don't at all, because I don't know, I just need to be me. And also, my motivation was I just wanted to get on, give some information, look like I'm enjoying it, and get some followers so I can get my book deal. But boy, oh boy, have things changed, because now I'm like, kind of enjoy it a little bit. I think what I'm enjoying actually is not really the making of the videos, because I still think I'm absolutely rubbish, like this one right now. But it's the comments that I get, either the private messages or the comments on my videos of the thank yous, or that really helped, or I don't know. And that's all I ever wanted. Even as a midwife, all I ever want is to try and help you have a good experience, whatever that is, whether that's a bad outcome or the best outcome that we want. I just want to be that person who you felt like supported you, whether that was to be your cheerleader or to be your comforter or to be your motivator or to be your teacher, whatever it is that you need in that moment, in that 12.5-hour shift, in that week, in that clinic, whatever it is. I just want to be a positive influence, and I really hope I have. I'm pretty sure I may have made some mistakes, hope not massive ones, because I would know, but you know, what might not be massive to me might be massive to you if I've said the wrong thing to you or didn't say enough to you, or I don't know what it is. That would crush me, by the way, if that has, and I would rather know so I don't do it again, and so I can learn and I can be better. But anyway, I'm waffling on. But my point is that I was told if I want to get this deal, go on social media, get the views, get the subscriptions or subscribers or the followers, and you know, once that works, come back to us. And I was so upset about this, but I thought, okay, I can do this. I mean, I'm on shift 3 to 4 times a week. There'll always be something that I can talk about. And at the beginning it was really hard because I'm forever tired, and at the time actually I was going through some health problems that was making me very weak. I was lacking in energy as well, but I tried. So go and have a look at Chica the Midwife on Instagram or TikTok and you'll see what I mean. But actually, even my YouTube channel, I ignored it. The last time I looked at it, there was 10 subscribers. When I come out of this, I will look again and actually see what if there's any more. But I'm sorry to you guys because I haven't been doing anything, and I've just been copying videos that I have done and just putting them onto YouTube with no thought or process. But it's taken me a while, 5 months. It's taken me a while to get it, and as I said, I'm liking it now. So book deal or not, although I am thinking of self-publishing, I'm starting to enjoy it. And across the 2 platforms, I have about 1,000 followers, which I know is pitiful, it's nothing, it's rubbish, because you need to have 100,000 plus. Who knows, millions, who knows if that will ever happen, and maybe it won't. But you know what? If 1 or 2 of you come across my videos and you think, oh my goodness, I needed that, that was for me, that's what I want. But what has made me do this video today is, in the whole month of June, I decided to do posts all on how can you lovely women better advocate for yourselves and empower yourselves and just be more involved in your pregnancy journey, which sounds really dumb because you can't be more involved than being pregnant, right? But it was more to do with talking to your maternity team, and that's it, being a team. And my followers doubled this month just on this topic alone. And I had so many comments and so many views, so many private messages, that I realised that, okay, even though I did a book on breastfeeding, I've done a book on labour and birth, they're all small little midwife in your pocket kind of books, a series, and yes, that is still my goal, but it made me realise, maybe in light of all the things in particular that's going on in maternity in the UK and some of the stuff I've been watching and reading in America, maybe that's why this particular theme in June that I did was so popular, and maybe also my videos got a little bit better, and so the algorithms and however that works was like, yeah, we need to push this. But it just made me think, okay, I need to go back to YouTube, because YouTube, you can say a lot more in a longer period of time, and with the other platforms, I've got to keep it short and sweet. And as you can already tell, it's the northerner in me. I speak a lot and I waffle a lot, and I have so much to say, and the YouTube channel is easier for me to do that. And also, I'm newly motivated now, because regardless of the book, there are a lot of people that need support, there are a lot of people who have questions, but most importantly, what I didn't realise is the amount of women that are needing lifting up and helping with having their voices heard. And I don't know why I didn't realise that as a midwife. And I think, if I'm really honest, I think I didn't realise because I think, and I know a lot of midwives that I do work with are really good at trying to advocate for the women and their families that we look after. So maybe I was naive, or maybe I was blinded, or maybe I couldn't see that there really was a problem of people not being heard. Because, you know, I am that cheeky, because I've been told I'm cheeky, not rebellious, but I am that person who will question things, and I'll question out loud. I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not afraid to do that because of my conscience. I cannot go home knowing something wrong has happened, or a mistake has been made, or I could have been better, and like I couldn't sleep at night. I just couldn't do it. So yeah, I'm really grateful to what's happened on my little platforms online these last 4 weeks. I've learned so much about how much women's voices aren't being heard. And yeah, I'm a woman, and a black woman. But I guess because I'm in the medical field, I've always been able to advocate for myself easily, I guess. Maybe have I took that for granted? I don't know. I don't think I have. Because actually I'm not always that good, even advocating for myself, but I'm really good for other people, family members, and I said the women that I look after. So I just thought, I'm going to get serious with my YouTube page, because there are people who are listening, there are people who need help, and I'm giving you good information, so why not? And I am going to commit to updating my YouTube page with longer videos like this, but maybe looking a bit better, because I went to the gym, came back from the gym, I'm all disheveled, I need to get my hair done now, I need to eat, but I kind of wanted you to see me as I am, if I'm honest, because I'm not AI, I'm not perfect, I am only human, and everything's not going to be perfect all the time. But also, I'm not going to do one of those get ready with me type things. I learned that last week. I was like, what is GW whatever. And why is everybody always like talking to the camera and doing lipstick and stuff like that? And there's nothing wrong with that. I find that really fascinating. When I've watched other people watching people on YouTube do that. But I don't really wear makeup. I do when I'm going out, but not when I'm going to work, or not when I'm at the gym, not when I'm just at home, and actually not when I'm going out with friends. I mean, I really only ever wear it when I'm going out, like to the wedding I went to a couple of weeks ago. So unfortunately, you're often going to get information from me maybe walking around the apartment, or maybe being outside in the park or something like that, but maybe not doing makeup or doing my hair. But we'll see, who knows? I might suddenly decide to do that as well. Who knows? But yeah, moving forward, all of you, gorgeous pregnant women to be, women who've had losses, family members who are trying to support a loved one, a pregnant sister, wife, girlfriend, whatever the situation is, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you, answer questions, give you information, and advocate for yourself. What I'm going to do, if you don't mind, is my short snippet of videos I do on other platforms, I will be posting them on here, just so you don't miss out on that information. But I think I'm going to use this page to delve deeper into the conversation. And I think it's now, right? It's now, because I don't know, if people seeing this in the UK, you'll definitely know now. I don't know if anyone outside of the UK is going to see this video, but we are having a maternity crisis, to say the least, in the UK. And that is painful. It's factual. It's scary. And I will talk on that, I think. Maybe that will be the next post. But I guess it's really made me realise that I can make a little a difference. I want to make a difference, not just for you, but also for me, because I learn and grow from these things. I want you to have a better experience. And when I talk about the fact that my page on the other platforms and my channel here is not about being angry or negative rants or anything like that, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. It has its place, but I've got amazing colleagues and other people who are covering that. My personality is more obviously being real and honest like everyone else, but I just want it to be a little bit more positive, a little bit more upbeat, because I'm so passionate about mental health that I want anything to do with me to be about empowering you and to helping you, to help you feel better about either choices you've made, or inform you to help you make the choices you want to make. That's my goal, really. So your feedback really, really will help me too. Your subscriptions, I guess. All of that will help me, but I want you to help me to help you, because ultimately we have a maternity crisis for many reasons, but that aside, it's about being a team. You need to be able to communicate effectively to me, to the whole maternity team, to your hospital, to your unit. We need to be able to effectively communicate to you. We need to listen, and we need to be able to make plans together about your care and about what you need. And that ultimately, have I said that a few times? I feel like I have. But that is genuinely what I'm pushing for and striving for. You can get all sorts of information you want to get from anyone else and anywhere else, and ChatGPT and AI and whoever. My information will always be some of it experience, a lot of it evidence-based, research-based, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I am going to tell you what's available, what options you have. But the other thing I want to say in all of this, because it's about advocating for yourself, it's also about remembering to have an open mind. If you haven't, it's important, because in maternity, things change on an hourly basis if you're in the hospital, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis when you're at home. Things change, and they can change rapidly. So whatever plans and decisions you genuinely want, we should try to help you, what's the word I'm looking for? We should help you bring that to fruition. However, We can't be rigid, because if things change, guess what? The plan, the idea, the preference, it needs to change as well. So I think, and that's on both sides. That's for you, the woman, and your family, and that's for us, the maternity team. Things can change, and the things have to change. And if I'm really honest with you, I don't really think it's that difficult. But come on, join me on this journey. I'm going to see you every Tuesday. Bye.